I'm sure that some of you guys are familiar with the lonely stage. And if you're not, then I will let you know what it is and how to deal with it. So, if any of you guys have big goals or dreams, right? Big things that you want to accomplish, whether it's getting in shape, whether it's glowing up, becoming a more attractive version of yourself, whether it's learning how to communicate better, whether it's something like huge, societally, like making a lot of money, becoming rich, becoming a millionaire, whatever your goal is. Maybe it's with social media, right? You want to grow your social media, you want to grow your impact, whatever it is, can be related to school. Maybe you want better grades, whatever it is. There is oftentimes a time in every man or woman's life where you have to separate yourself from everybody else, especially from the people that are going to be distractions, in order to accomplish your dreams and your goals. This is called the lonely stage. And the thing that sort of sucks about it is oftentimes some of the people that you will have to separate yourself from are the people that you know as your friends, acquaintances, people that you're used to hanging around, people that you're used to seeing. Maybe instead of sitting at that big table at school where you're used to sitting at and everybody just talks about pointless stuff, it means you got to sit by yourself. You got to look like a loner. Yeah, you got to be by yourself, whatever. Maybe if you're not in school, if you're just working, full time, and you and your coworkers are used to going out, getting drinks, hanging out, whatever. It means, hey, sorry guys, I won't be able to make it this week. Sorry guys, something just came up. I actually won't be able to make it. You know what I mean. This is the lonely stage. This is a stage that is essential for your growth. Because as a human being, bro, you only got a certain amount of energy that you can afford to lose. Put it in the perspective of a car. In a car, there's only a certain amount of miles that you can drive before your gas is empty and you got to go to the gas station. In the same way, there's only a certain amount of energy that you have to be able to go to school, go to work really hard, be around people, right? Work out if you exercise, do all these different things, handle all your different responsibilities. And then on top of that, be putting up with people. There's only a certain amount of energy that you have within you to where you can handle all of these responsibilities and still be mentally sane. You know, especially if you've set big goals that you desire to accomplish within 3 months, within 6 months, within a certain time frame. You cannot be living the exact same way and expect to accomplish these goals. You have to cut something out, right? We are not machines. You can't just keep adding more and more and more and more and more to your plate and think that you're going to be able to handle it all. Eventually, you're going to explode, right? This is what we call burnout. Same way, you can't just be driving and then your gas is about to be on empty. Oh, before you know it, now your gas is on E. And then try to keep driving. I dare you. Try to keep driving next time that happens and see what happens. You're going to have a messed up car. You're going to be stranded in the middle of nowhere. You feel me? It's not wise. In the same way, you need to protect your energy. And there's going to come a time where whenever you're on a journey to accomplishing a big goal, a big dream, you're going to have to isolate yourself. This is called the lonely chapter. So these are a few tips, a few things that I've used to help me whenever I've been in the lonely chapter. Number one is just letting people know, bro. I go out of my way to let people know, bro, it's not you. Shadi, it's not you. I don't have a problem with you personally. Right now, I've got a lot of things going on. I've got a lot on my plate. I'm very busy. So if I cannot hang out, there is nothing wrong. Like, there's no bad blood between us. The first thing that I do is just let people know. If there's people that I'm used to hanging out with and they're like, yo, bro, what's going on? What's going on? I just let them know, hey, man, I got a lot going on. I don't even really tell people too much the goals that I'm trying to accomplish. I'll just say I'm extremely busy. I got a lot going on. You probably won't be seeing me for the next whatever, but it's all love on my end. I always try to let people know that it's all love, because the last thing that you want during this lonely stage where you're trying to lock in and accomplish your goals is to be beefing with people or people to be having stupid beef with you for no reason. You know, that's just going to distract you from the goal at hand. Number two, realizing that this doesn't last forever. You know, this is just a stage. You're not always going to be feeling alone. You're not always going to be feeling isolated. This is a stage. This is only for a moment. And the reason you're doing it is to get you closer to your dreams and your goals so that you're able to take care of yourself, your family members, your friends, and your loved ones. Remind yourself that it's not forever. Same way when I go running, I run a mile or I run a mile and a half, whatever, because I hate running. I look at the time, I tell myself, good job, Eli. You got 5 more minutes to go. That's it. That's just 2.5 minutes twice. You know, you can do anything for 2.5 minutes. And then after you do that, just do it again. You know, reminding yourself that this doesn't last forever is huge. Because you can do anything that's hard for just a little bit. You know, and you have to program your mind to fully believe that. Another thing that I'll say is, I guess the third tip is inside of this stage, this loneliness stage, you need to be doing the best job you can do to take care of your mental health. That means a lot of journaling. I just wrote something down in my journal right now. It's a quote that I got from a YouTube video that says, "Stop pretending you're fine when you're gloriously falling apart. This collapse isn't failure. It's the necessary destruction before rebuilding." And I just thought that was beautiful. But you need to be doing things to look after your mental health, your spiritual health. Lately, I've been reading the Bible a lot. I've been talking to God a lot. I've been praying a lot because I'm dealing with something myself. One of my close friends and mentors, long live rich life, Travis Jackson, he just got murdered like a week ago. And that's something that I'm dealing with. I've been dealing with a lot of stress, bro, within the last week. So, you know, rightly so, I've pulled back from a lot of people, a lot of different things. I am now entering into a lonely chapter myself, and that's why I can speak on this video. But one thing that I've been doing is I've been sure to look after my mental health. I've been journaling, I've been praying, I've been reading the Bible, and I've been talking to myself. I've been communicating with myself. Guys, do not let anybody make you feel like a weirdo for talking to yourself. You're only a weirdo if you tell yourself you're a weirdo. So if you tell yourself you're a weirdo, then you're a freaking weirdo. You can think I'm a weirdo right now for recording myself and talking to a freaking camera. I don't think I'm a weirdo. And guess whose opinion ultimately matters? Mine. You know, so I'm saying that to say, bro, there's mad times where I'll be sitting in my car and I'll just be communicating with myself, or I'll be in my room and I'll just be communicating with myself, communicating with God, communicating with my spirit. And so all these things are things that you can do to look after your mental health. But it is imperative that in this lonely chapter, you make sure that you're taking care of your mental. You make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because people can often serve as distractions. You know, you're not going to be feeling as depressed or as anxious when you have people around you, especially people that you like being around. Those emotions are going to be hidden until, of course, they leave and you're now by yourself, and the things that you were feeling are now revealed and they're out in the open. So the fix to that is becoming your own best friend. The fix to that is creating an unbreakable bond within yourself so that even when you are by yourself, you are never alone because you have your best friend, which is yourself. Lastly, you guys are not alone. I'm a big believer in God, so I will tell you that you have God. And even if you don't love God, even if you don't believe in God, God loves you and he believes in you. Number one. Number two, I love you guys and I believe in you guys. But do you believe in yourself? But seriously, you guys are not alone. I genuinely love you guys so much. And I make these videos because oftentimes I'm going through the exact same thing. So rest assured, if you related to this video, you are not alone. If you need something, hit me up, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM, and I will try to respond. I love you guys, man. Keep taking care of yourself. Peace.